Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's the middle of April 2023 and it's time for a lawn check. So springtime's in full bloom here in Texas. Everything's starting to green up, flowers are starting to come up. It's just that time of year. On April 1st, I put down my first fertilizer applications, both to the front yard and the backyard. In the front yard this year, we're going with GCI Turf. It's protein products that you can get on his website. And I put an application of the 2005 down, which I'll either put right here to show how much I put down. Gonna let that get worked in the soil, let the green up happen, and then we'll do a follow-up video to see how well that's working. Now the front yard, let's just start in the front yard. The front yard is actually, I think it's gonna have a really good season this year. Mainly because of two reasons. Let's go with three reasons. Reason number one, the oak tree last year, we had it thinned out in the front to allow more sunlight in. So that's going to really help some of those dense shade spots that really started thinning out the St. Augustine. Also, our neighbors to the east of us, bless their heart, thinned out all their trees. So now I get all this sunlight in the morning coming over the lawn and the garden. I've actually moved our flower garden up a little bit underneath the house because we face to the north. Sun comes up in the east, sets in the west, and you have these huge mature trees in our neighborhood. Blocks a lot of sunlight right there. Well, they thinned out their trees, specifically with the one that's on the edge of their driveway that used to block all the sunlight to the east side of my yard. And now I get sunlight, which is awesome because now I'm starting to get blooms on the flowers. The east side of the garden is actually showing some blooms on the azaleas, and I think it's going to be a really good year for that. This side has always been a trouble area for me. It's got a lot of common Bermuda, and the St. Augustine hasn't spread into that area as much as I would like. It's also the least focused part of the yard, and I really want to try to get that going. Well, this year, I've got a lot of time to focus on that area because kids are getting a little older, got a little bit more free time. I can get over there and do something about it. However, we've got a little bit of a situation here at the house. The wife and I don't know if we want to sell the house and move or if we want to do an addition to the house. With that being said, they're going to have to access the backyard where they do the addition. More than likely, they'll access it through the east side of the house. So all that will probably get torn up or at least messed up in some form or fashion. So I'm not going to be spending a lot of money, time, and effort on that area until I know what's actually going to happen. Now, over here on the west side of the house, I've had to take out a few sprinklers because I kept hitting them with the truck. I'd try to hug the side of the driveway too much, and the sprinklers that hug the edge of our driveway, I would actually run over the heads, and I think I hit one with the mower. The other one, the truck ran it over and snapped it. So I've had to cap those. That's going to have to be something to pay attention to watering wise if I'm going to be doing the sprinklers. Um, One thing that I will be doing this year that I didn't do the last couple of seasons, which is just really dumb of me, and it dawned on me late last season almost when it was too late. Um, I bought two tripod sprinklers that are just hose in sprinklers with the anyway, not relying so much on my sprinkler system. Now, the reason why is because my sprinkler system isn't quite the best. I don't know who did it. We inherited it with the home, but it doesn't hit all the spots in the front yard, and I've complained about that in previous videos. But I was like, it's not a very big yard. It takes no time at all to hook up a sprinkler out there, and I'm going to get maximum coverage with this type of sprinkler, and I'm going to hit the whole yard. So this season, I'm going to be using those sprinklers a lot more and relying less on my sprinkler system. Now moving to the backyard. Now the backyard is doing really well. Starting to green up. We're starting to get that common Bermuda is coming through. I did do an application of MSM turf herbicide to try to get rid of the ryegrass, but as you can see, there's still quite a bit of ryegrass left. Maybe I didn't do enough, but I definitely wanted to err on the less side. Not the best that I really wanted, but I'm just going to let it be, let it burn off, the rest of it burn off when these summer temperatures start setting in at the end of May, early June. Right now, the automower is killing it with the, it's got the fairway application on it. I've got it at setting number 2, which is just right under 7/10 of an inch high to cut. Now it takes about 6 hours. I've got to run it for about 6 hours to get this high to cut evenly across the lawn. The other bad thing is the ryegrass grows faster than the Bermuda right now, so it does get a little bit taller in some spaces. That'll go away with time. Over here, again on the east side of the house, the back east side, the weird sounding bird. Back over here on the east side of the house, not doing anything with that garden until we decide what we're going to do contract-wise with the contractor. So it's just kind of sitting as is. Then over here in the back garden is still kind of a catch-all. Maybe we'll get to actually detail that a little bit more, but again, I don't know which side. If we do an add-on, I'm going to be putting a new shed back here, and I don't know which side of the back corner I actually want to use, so that garden's kind of just in stalemate mode. And then over here on the west side of the house, as you can see, the bur oak's starting to come, the foliage is starting to come in, so I'm starting to get the shade in this area. So we're going to try to get that Bermuda to spread as much as possible if we can. And again, with that garden, you can kind of see it's just in a holding pattern as well until the contractor comes in. But right now in the backyard, fertilizer wise, I'm using just Lesco 24011. I've got an application of it out on the lawn, and that's basically it. I'm just going to be using the automower. The automower is the only mower that I'm using in this backyard this season, and so far I've done the scalp and it's kept up with this high to cut this whole time. So no rotary, don't have the real mower anymore. Just going to let it do it all season long and just see how it does. But that's pretty much it right now. If you have any questions, comments about anything, or see anything in some of the videos that you know that you have a question about, leave a comment down below for me. Thank you guys so much for letting me share my hobby with you, and we'll see you on the next video.